And how, I don't know how this one's seen me. Let's see. What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. In today's video, we'll be playing The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners on the Oculus Quest 2. Now, if you have the OG Oculus Quest, that's the first one, that's okay too, because you can play that game on that device as well. Now, when it comes to games like Saints and Sinners, it's a reminder of why I enjoy VR gaming over traditional console gaming. Even when I want to play traditional console games, I skip the physical console and play through Microsoft or Google's cloud gaming services. As always, I only feature products that I buy or would like to buy. This gives the channel more credibility and appeal because we feature items that interest me and change the way we live. Don't have time to watch the whole video? We're now a podcast you can find on multiple platforms by searching for Pixels Cracked. And if you are listening to this on a podcast, you can find the YouTube channel by searching for Pixels Cracked as well. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here we are at the interface, and we are just chilling on this Friday, and it's just going to be a good time because we're going to be getting into Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Now you can see I am kind of in a more proper attire here. You want to make sure that you have some loose clothing so that you can move, you can stretch, that kind of stuff. And you can also make it feel more official depending on the game that you're playing. So Saints and Sinners, I'm wearing a vest here because we want to make it feel like we're actually in the zombie apocalypse. I've got cargo pants. Make it feel real. So we're going to jump right into the app, and we're going to have a quick cloud sync there. And I'm showing this too so that you can get an understanding of the load time here. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, it does take a moment to load. So while this is loading, we'll just talk about a few things. In the prior video, I was wondering if the left controller actually had haptic feedback. I wasn't getting any response on that controller itself. But it actually does have haptic feedback. So you have haptic feedback in both the left and right controller, just giving you a really good gameplay here. So I'm actually going to reset the display because I want it straight ahead, and I'm going to hold down that Oculus button. It didn't really change things all that much, so sometimes you press and hold it, you don't really get much of a change. But here we are at the main menu. We can actually turn around. We can see some of the environment. I'm going to try to line up here so that I'm facing the camera. And we are going to jump into a new game. And we are going to select one of these profiles. I'm going to overwrite one of them. And we're going to click yes to do the overwrite. And we're going to go with the standard story. It gives you more of a challenge as you progress. If you were to pick the first option, this would be for like new people or people who aren't all that great with VR, or maybe you're just starting out in VR. So again, we're going to jump to that standard, and we're going to hit next. Here we get voice selection. This is really cool. So we'll do a quick demo here. We have voice selection A.
I'm ready.
So we got the female voice, and then we got voice selection B.
I'm ready.
We got the male voice. Now this is where it really gets immersive. So we actually have the arms here. So again, it just really feels like you're in the game. You can kind of cross. You can look down at the arms. You can kind of push and pull the triggers here. Very responsive. Give a thumbs up, or you could just keep it closed. So thumbs up on that. Looks pretty good. We're going to hit next. Skin tone. Again, if you really want to make it more immersive, you can choose your skin tone. So, you know, you could go with the Caucasian if you're Caucasian. Or if you're a little bit darker like me, you could go for this skin tone, this complexion here. So we're going to jump in to start a new game. You got another loading screen here. This one, I believe, is a little bit faster. But, I mean, for the gameplay that you get, it's really not all that bad to have to wait a little bit longer. This is a really immersive game. So now we're going to learn the basics. We have a tutorial here, and it's going to tell us to grab our knife. Really nice there. You could drop it back in if you want it, but you can also flip it. I thought that was a really nice feature. We're going to drop it right in. And then we've got the small weapon holster. So we've got our gun here, and we're going to return that to the holster. You can't flip the gun around, unfortunately, if you're looking to do something like what you would see in an old Western. A little bit of a disappointment there. Reaching over our shoulder, we can grab an axe. So zombie apocalypse is real. You've got proper weapons. You can return it just by putting it back over your shoulder. Reaching over our left shoulder, we have our standard issue backpack. And again, we can return that over the shoulder. Now, we want to eat throughout the game. This helps replenish our health, restore stamina, basically. So we got a nice cup of Nutria stew. That's the real deal. Look at that. Sugar times 3, spice times 1. Excellent fiber source. 4 hours later, we're going to just... that was actually pretty good. So we've also got bandages here. Look at this. We can bandage up our arm. And now my wound's taken care of. I like the journal. So here we are in my journal. You know, it looks pretty empty for now. So we're going to just return that back to our chest. And then the flashlight, in case you get scared. We could turn that on. Shaking it charges it up. And we can just shut that back off and return it to our chest. Time for the exciting thing. We've got the combat. So we're going to change positions here. And we're going to move right up to the table. We're going to grab our knife. Again, we could flip that if we're feeling super duper tactical. We can even transfer it to the other arm. We're going to walk right up to the zombie here. And that's pretty much how you do it. So this is really immersive gameplay here. Again, we can approach, we can wait, and go for it. So if you're looking for the real deal, like a zombie game that really feels like as good as it can get, this is it. Your weapons, they do eventually break down. So you got wear and tear. You got to plan really good here. We've got a smoother movement here too. A lot of these games, when you go to rotate with the joystick, it feels kind of choppy. This feels a little smoother. It has a little bit of choppiness to it. Then we're going to walk up to the table. We've got our axe there. And I like to grab with both hands. It just feels really real. But it also tells you to grab with both hands. And then just swing. And then just pull back. We're going to walk up to the next zombie here. Same thing. Oh. There we go. So this takes a little bit of practice. You have to swing properly. Now, I'm losing some stamina. I'm a little tired. So this is going to be a little bit of a harder swing. But it's doable. We're going to try to reset the... Make sure I'm actually lined up here. Okay, we're lined up. But I'm going to reset the camera. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to turn manually here. We can sprint by pressing down the left joystick too. Makes us go a little faster. Now this is where things get really interesting. If you're a little bit scared here, you kind of just push them away. So this gets more. This gets a little bit more physical. You're going to get a little bit of a workout here as the game progresses. And I could tell you, playing these games, you really do get a workout. That's what I love about VR as well. You're not only gaming, you're doing something physical. And weapons, now this is the cool part. We're going to pick up our pistol here, and we can fire it. But we also have ammunition here. We can grab that. We got a nice little pocket in the center here. Drop that right in. We can eject the magazine, so watch this. Drops right out. Grab our ammo. We've got our clip. Cha-ching. Pull back. It feels like the real deal. And of course, we have a zombie here. And this feels so real, I kind of feel bad for the zombies. But that's how it works. It's a zombie game, you know. You're going in here. Let's see if I can straighten out a little bit.
Now that you've seen all there is to see, would you like to exit the combat tutorial?
Yeah, you know, that's kind of a hard choice. Now, why not? So anyways, we want to talk to this guy here. And We're gonna press and hold down on the Y. We can respond accordingly. We want to get out of here.
You sure about that?
I don't know. I really don't know if I want to progress any further. Of course I do. So we're gonna do I'm sure.
Damn, would you look at that?
You know, it is what
Just
it
remember,
is. Well,
them walkers out
we're
there,
professional
they're
here.
gonna treat you as kindly as the ones in here.
Yeah, we know. This is a training seminar, buddy. We get it.
Well, I'll be damned. The tourists.
So we've got excellent storytelling here. You know, you can kind of duck here if that's your style. You can relax. We can put our hands over the fire. You can pretend to rub our hands together.
The city is where you're headed.
You know, man,
I suspect your
this is
story
really good conversation
is just
here.
beginning.
But yeah, I kind of want to do something else. I really just want to get
Here's a friendly warning.
into the
One
fighting
lone
here.
soul to another. The dead ain't
So
the
we
only
can-
thing to be feared
So if
in
we
the Big
want to like
Easy.
skip this, we can certainly do that. We can just press and hold Y. You know, that's pretty long. So we're going to skip that. We want to get into some combat, show off some of the gameplay here. And this is a really good game. Everything's pretty smooth. We've got nice storytelling there. If you want to actually play through that, listen to that. Day one, late evening. Why not, right? You got to start in the late evening. Kind of sets the mood here. So we are gonna go right up to the gate. So gates, doors, you know, it's kind of like real life. You reach out, you grab, you pull, you open it up. And very starry night here. Looks just beautiful, awe-inspiring. We're gonna pick up the speed here though. Now something like this, we could press the B button here to crouch. I think you could also kind of crouch, you know, you can crouch kind of manually. Screwdriver, that looks kind of harsh. I'm gonna pull that out. Make sure I'm kind of standing a little straight here. So again, we can drop this in a pocket. You know, I don't really want to carry that right now. We're gonna move right through the window. There we go, vault right over. This is where balance comes in handy. Uh-oh, this dude's approaching quick. Uh-oh. So, as you can see, these guys, they can kind of just come right up to you. Gotta make sure I'm oriented straight. We're gonna return that. You can kind of hear a little growl. So this gets really realistic. You can kind of like peek around the corners. You know, we got some over there. I can kind of point with my finger too. In this case, we might want to keep this thing out. Personally, you can kind of go like stabby mode if you want. Personally, I kind of go like jab mode. So find your style, right? Find your style. We are moving though, you know, we're moving like Rambo. Let's do a little crouch. Okay, so we can't go that way. Now again, I could turn, you know, I can actually turn my body, but I want to make sure I'm facing the camera for this video. So I'm actually going to use the joystick to turn. We're kind of gonna crouch here. So when we're crouching, we're more quiet. And I don't know how this one's seen me. Let's see. So, you know, you really are dedicating yourself to this. You might make some noises, you know, when you're making that stab move. You know, you gotta really get into it, right? But again, this is a part of the fitness aspect. Another gate door. We're gonna just kind of pull on that. We're gonna make our way through, move through this like Rambo. Oh man, this starry sky though is something else. Okay, so this guy looks like he's suffering. We don't want him to suffer. We're gonna put him out. It's the right thing to do, right? He was turning. We gotta make sure he's okay. You got like the sound of the bugs and everything. Pretty crazy. We're gonna turn here a little bit. Full moon, of course. Again, sets that eerie mood, right? Okay, so task completed. We got a task completed. You know, we can interact with items. Gives us information about the game here. We can look for things. You can go into things, you know. You can go into this bus here. I'm gonna return my screwdriver there. You got a pistol. Personally, I like to put like the stabby weapons. Stabby weapons, of course. That's the proper name for this stuff. I like to put my stabby weapons on the left side and my shooting weapons on the right. Again, we can look
I had an inkling,
notes
and
here.
by God, I was spot on.
It actually reads it
The
to us.
reserve. It's out
Now
there.
this is an
It
upgrade.
exists. This germ
So I'm
life
gonna throw that away.
Still, so
Put
much
my
work to be done.
new upgraded
Stones
knife
that
in there.
gotta be overturned, riddles that need solving, waterfall.
So journals are
and
automatically
frequency
saved.
61 has to be connected to the
Antenna.
reserve somehow.
And a battery.
Command and control, I'm guessing. That's the next step. If I can get this blasted radio repaired. Wonder if someone's still
So
inside.
I'm gonna reach over, grab
As
my
soon as my
backpack,
ankle
because we want
feels
to put
steady,
this stuff
gonna take a
in.
skiff to that mansion in the Garden District where Miles and I recorded the
This is so
Tipsy Blue
immersive.
record.
You want to put this stuff
Blue
in the
Palace.
backpack, right?
It's my best shot at
Let's
finding a
drop
microphone
that
for the
in there.
radio. Power is covered with the bus battery. Just got connected.
Let's see.
Antenna tube.
That's pretty much
Got
it.
encryption covered.
You gotta remember
Can't
to face the
afford any
camera here.
eavesdroppers.
I'm gonna throw that back over. And we're gonna
Slept in 3
end this
days.
video. We're gonna go to
These
sleep.
creaky
So how do you
bones
go
are
to sleep
rattling
in a
with
zombie
excitement.
apocalypse?
So close.
You take a sip of the whiskey
only
or the
imagine what
whatever's
might
in
be
here,
in there.
flask.
Grub, meds, weapons,
And we're out.
ammo. Haul of a lifetime. Set me up for a decade.
So final thoughts. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is the virtual zombie apocalypse that you asked for. The last time I was this excited about a zombie game is when Left 4 Dead came out. That goes in the books as a classic. Saints and Sinners has good controls that are easy to learn and use. In a future video, we'll be talking about the Elite strap with battery and carrying case. Now this is the device known for having an early history of premature breakage. Now honestly, I'm a bit nervous to try this out knowing that breakage history. I'm not sure what to expect, but I'm also excited to try it because the thing with the virtual reality headsets is the battery only lasts a few hours per charge, and I need something that's going to extend that, because when you're playing for 2 hours, that seems like a long time playing 2 hours straight, but that time, it flies by in virtual reality. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching this on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now there are 3 ways you can support the channel. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link found in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would like to buy, and anything that you do buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way you can support us is just by sharing this with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way you can show your support is just by clicking the subscribe or follow button. Now liking and subscribing are important because those are your ways to vote on if you like the video or the podcast. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.
Yeah.